What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another review, and it's Squid Games, and this was awesome. The trailer I reacted to, it was surprisingly well met. A lot of people reacted to it. I loved it because I love the aspect of the games. It's very similar in nature to Alice in Borderland because that show kind of also was involved with games and stuff like that where you kind of have to beat the others and it's life or death kind of situation. But I do think this show actually one-ups Alice in Borderland, and which is a tall task because that show is an amazing show. This one really relates to human nature. This was some brilliant piece of work. There are a couple of negatives in there that we'll get to later on. I think those negatives really keep the show from being the perfect show that it is most of the time. But nonetheless, this is as close to perfection. Now, if you haven't watched the show and you're about to go in and be like, oh, I'm going to see some gore and I'm going to see people dying in all these games. If you've watched anime like Gantz, or if you have seen Alice in Borderland, uh, this is not that kind of show. Yeah, there are games involved, but that's basically part of the show. The show really is about human nature and what is literally happening to people these days and where we are as humanity. It really sinks in to the humanity aspect of everyone involved. It actually also starts with a really surprising episode where it starts and like the games literally begin in that first episode, and then it does the twist in a second episode. Not gonna spoil, this is an annoying spoiler review, so don't worry. And then it kind of sets up the characters in a way that, which was actually really surprising. Usually you have all these first few episodes relating to that, but it did this really twist, and it actually works. It works because in the second episode, you really see what the people really are going through and why the game works, and it connects in a way that is really well done. And even during the show, the games are an interesting aspect of it, and it really brings the actual human nature out of it. 1 second, these people are really close to each other and they're like brothers or sisters, and they really are forming a family, and the next second, they're killing each other. They're really betraying each other, and it's such a sad thing to watch. This is one thing about this show. If you're going in watching this show, remember this. This is not a happy show. From start to the end, it is very depressing. It's dark. It's not gonna give you happiness. There are moments of happiness sprinkled here and there, but it really is a very downer of a show because it really sinks in to what people really are in these moments. It really shows either they have the option of the life out there, which is, oh yeah, they're gonna die out there because the world is the place like that, or they have the option here where, yeah, they have a chance of a survival playing these games. Yeah, they're gonna die if they lose, but it's that give and take. But it, like, the idea of the games is wrong because it's like, oh, people are killing people, but then you really think about it, you're like, okay, outside in the world, people are killing people. So yeah, this is for the money and it's wrong, but at the same time, they're really at the bottom end of the world road out there. Nobody's helping them. And that whole idea actually comes towards the end where there's a discussion and one person's like, no, you're wrong. Help always comes, but it's like the the ratio is so low. It's like the help is gonna eventually come, yeah, but what's the guarantee? And that whole aspect of the show is extremely interesting, and to see the characters go through these games and not like discuss their lives and just how dark it really is and how dark they really are from the inside, and that all that darkness that coming out, it's such an interesting thing to watch, an interesting way of like using the games to really bring out the humanity in a lot of these people. Some people in there, man, they are despicable. I mean, some of them are so bad. You really want to just go into the screen, grab their necks and do something. I mean, I was just grabbing my phone. I was like, man, this character needs to die right now. And you got to give it to the actors. It's such a wonderful thing to see, like everything coming together in such a way. It was brilliance. It was brilliance from start to the end. There are emotional moments, there are dark, there are gory moments, and everything is balanced so perfectly. Now, as far as the negatives that really keep the show from being that perfect show that it really is, but it's not because of these two. Now, this is my opinion. One is that there is a character arc in there, and it's a very slow build, which I'm fine with. It really takes its time, and it really comes to conclusion in like the seventh or eighth episode, like really towards the end. So there's building it up, and it's slow, and you're like, okay, well, there is going to be a payoff. So you understand that, in a show like this, there gotta be some kind of payoff. Now the payoff eventually happens, but there is also something revealed early on, a bit of detail that's not really shown to you clearly, but it's shown to you. And it when the reveal and when that actual thing happens, that payoff, it just happens just like that, and it ends. There had to be something more. Now, my thing is that it might be that they're saving something for the second season, because all of that build up, that character is doing something, and eventually it's shown that he's able to do it to reveal the whole thing. But then they also backfire to it right away. Then like, oh no, it's not because of this and this. And the reveal itself, as emotional it should have been, it's not, because it just happens so quick. Everything just happens so quick in that moment, and then they just move on. And it's shown in a way that it might be still there, and some story might be still there, and they might be saving it for the second season, which I understand. But the way the payoff happens and all, I just don't think it hits the mark, especially when it was such a slow buildup. I don't have a problem with the slow buildup or the reveal itself, but the way it builds up, it had to be something bigger. I wanted it to be something bigger, but they just don't go as big as the slow reveal up to that point was kind of making it to be. The second is the ending. And yes, it is a cliffhanger ending. Now, again, no problem with the cliffhanger, because they obviously are setting up a season two. But the way it ends, and the character, there's these two characters that have a discussion, and the way everything ends, you really think that at that point in their life, that character understands what has happened. All the proof, it's right there. Yes, it's wrong in a way, but at the same time, what do you expect was going to happen if you didn't go to the games? You know, you were really at the low end, and that character knows that. And there's a good explanation. But the way it ends, it really is going to the route of really changing it up what the first season is, and how it all ends. The season two is definitely not going to be like season one. It's going to be a completely different thing. Now, again, that is also a good thing, because, they're evolving the show, which is good. But there is something that cliffhanger ending that to me, it just did not resonate as well, because all the options and all these characters that were there and the options that they had, this makes sense. And it's like, what else could you have done? So that whole thing, I just don't think it paid off as well uh, as I thought it should have been. To me personally, I think it should have just ended with a cliffhanger ending. I just don't think it works. Please, you can let me know. So, those two negatives aside, this is still a brilliant show to watch. Those two negatives really don't take away from the show of how brilliant it is, how character driven this is, how good it is in all aspects of a show. So for that reason, I give this one a 9.5 out of 10. Please, if you're deciding to watch it, go ahead and watch it, binge watch it. It's definitely worth it. And if you were not planning to watch it, go watch it. Just do remember, have something, nice to drink or something alongside you because, yeah, this is going to go a dark path in this one. So you really need a big heart to watch this and to see everything transpire. So that's my take on this. What did you all think about this? Leave a comment below. Let me know. And other than that, I want to say thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support. If you like these kind of casual reviews, there are a whole lot others on the channel. Please go have a watch. And yeah, take it easy. Take care. And I will catch you all soon. Until then, ta-ta. Ike out.